How could they make a judgment? How could they not come to that conclusion? They had sat in those seats and heard over 3 weeks of nonstop, relentless testimony.
Penney Azcarate confronts Amber Heard for trying to appeal again. Yes, you heard that right. Amber Heard is back at it again, and she wants to go for another showdown with the entire lawsuit of domestic and physical abuse inflicted on her, as per her claims against the famous Pirates of the Caribbean actor Johnny Depp. The possibility has been in the spotlight ever since the defamation trial between Amber and Johnny began, but is there any truth to this story? Let's find out in this video. Azcarate has made the jury's decision official by issuing a formal order directing Heard to reimburse her ex-husband Depp for the $10.35 million she was ordered to pay for harming the Pirates of the Caribbean actor's reputation by claiming to be a victim of domestic abuse in an opinion piece. Amber Heard says she plans to appeal the court's refusal to receive a settlement with Johnny Depp, after Johnny Depp won the defamation case against the previously married couple. According to Law and Crime and Jeanette Levy, Judge Penney Azcarate issued a ruling on Friday that was a reiteration of the judgment from June 1st. In light of Johnny Depp's success in the defamation case, Amber Heard has indicated she plans to appeal, but on what grounds? Well, let's see what is happening at the latest for this entire situation. Talking to Twitter once again, Greg Ellis expressed his take on the matter. He tweeted, "It's official. Judge Penney Azcarate, the judge in the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard defamation trial, has made a jury's award official with a written order for her to pay JD $10.35 million for damaging his reputation by describing herself as a DV victim in an op-ed." Another user also expressed the entire matter through Twitter. This is what he had to say. "I will permanently lose respect for Elon Musk or anyone else who bankrolls Amber Heard's appeal. She deserves to take full responsibility for her malicious actions and pay the price in full. Elon, take that poor baby if you really want to help." Quote, "The jury verdict of $5 million in punitive damages in favor of Mr. Depp is hereby reduced to $350,000, the statutory cap," unquote. The judgment order stated, quote, "With respect to the complaint, judgment is hereby entered in favor of Mr. Depp against Ms. Heard in the amount of $10,350,000, with interest at the statutory rate of 6% from the date of this order," unquote. In the Fairfax, Virginia trial pitting Mr. Depp and Ms. Heard against one another, jurors declared on June 1st that they had reached a verdict. They concluded that Ms. Heard had slandered Mr. Depp on 3 occasions and had herself been the victim of slander in one of the 3 statements at the heart of her countersuit. Mr. Depp received $10.35 million in damages, and Ms. Heard received $2 million. A sneak peek at Chris Froome's Tour de France preparation, since most defamation cases are ultimately determined on appeal, I want to highlight that this is not the end of the matter, said Ms. Bloom to Newsnight, adding that she sees, quote, "a lot of difficulties on appeal," unquote, in the Depp versus Heard case, parts of Ms. Heard's assertions to be, quote, "a fake," unquote, according to a former attorney for Mr. Depp. Twitterati has been on top of this entire matter for way too long, and we don't blame them. Honestly, this entire trial has been a complete show of making it the new normal for the men of this world to come forward with the abuse, if it has ever, committed against them, and accepting it without being bashed and wrongly accused of pretending for it to have happened only in their heads. Judge Penney is done with all that nonsense, and so are the netizens. Amber Heard will pay for what she's done, according to the people supporting Depp. According to the people, Amber Heard, however, does not have any possible grounds for appeal. Bredehoft made it apparent on Friday that Heard will appeal the conviction, repeating what she has indicated in the past 2 weeks in public. Heard lacks the funds to compensate Depp or pay the bond, according to Bredehoft as well. Heard's defense team has around 21 days to submit an appeal in addition to perhaps contesting the bond issue. Following this, another user joined in on the matter and expressed their complete distaste for Ms. Heard's baseless appeal. Quote, "Amber Heard went from shopping at TJ Maxx because she didn't have enough money to pay Johnny Depp to paying the money in full in order to appeal, then paying for like 5 new smear campaigns to make it look like she has a chance," unquote. The explicit and well-known civil trial that came to a close on June 1st had a final judgment presented and filed into the docket. Elaine Bredehoft, Heard's lead attorney, fought bitterly with Azcarate to establish a briefing schedule and more for a possible appeal on behalf of her client. Azcarate bluntly informed Bredehoft that the attorney would need to submit applications to the court if she wished to dispute the jury's decision. Azcarate also told Heard's lawyer that before any formal appeal can be made, the Aquaman star must post post an $8.35 million bail with 6% interest annually. The denying of an appeal to Amber Heard also sparked a few people who were on Heard's side, apparently as people thought that Judge Penney chose sides and denied Amber Heard of her right to voice her opinion and perspective openly. However, it didn't take long for Twitterati to jump in on the matter once again and tell the world what is right as merely black and white. A user on Twitter took sides and tweeted, quote, "It's ridiculous to say Judge Penney should be disbarred. She did an excellent job, and if she knows the law, she didn't take sides. People can't stand that the truth won. An appeal won't help. She's guilty," unquote. Consequently, there was also another take on this issue, and it was nothing short of a firecracker tweet that went straight to burn anti-Depp. The tweet said, quote, "The guts of a narcissist. Hashtag Amber Heard is the abuser. It has been proved she was the one abusing Johnny, and she still wants to appeal the decision. She will die claiming innocence when we saw that she is guilty. She is a danger to society," unquote. Judge Penney Azcarate of Fairfax County, Virginia, rendered the decision in the ex-defamation couple's case during the hearing, which Depp and Heard were not present for. The case will be transferred to the Virginia Court of Appeals after 21 days, and the parties will then have 30 days to submit an appeal notice. Depp and Heard will be required to post their judgments of $2 million and $10.35 million, respectively, plus 6% interest each year, in accordance with the judgment order that was added to the docket on Friday afternoon. All three of Depp's defamation claims were upheld by the jury, but they also determined that Heard was the victim of one instance of the actor's former attorney's slander, and they gave her $2 million in damages as part of her settlement. Twitter has not backed away from the entire ordeal it had caused to the famous actor and former husband of Ms. Heard. A user on Twitter illustrated, quote, "I have questions. Elaine claimed Amber Heard could not afford the $10 million she owes Depp. Where is she going to find the money for the bond from to lodge her appeal? Will her ex, @Elon Musk, pay it as child support?" unquote. Another very invested Twitter user also followed in on the conversation and tweeted, quote, "Amber Heard wrecks her appeal? It's already a loser. The judge previously shut this argument down. Heard will not only lose with this, she'll expose her MSM lies," unquote. And another one followed too, tweeting, quote, "So, are the courts accepting a pledge of $10.35 million as payment for this appeal, or what's the deal? Is it like an IOU on a piece of toilet paper?" The Twitter war did not end here at all, though. A perpetual series of tweeting battles continued, where a user went all in with their take on Depp-Heard case. This is what the user had to say about it. Quote, "Johnny Depp is free from Amber Heard now, and I'm happy for him. And Amber has to pay for her lies every 6% a year now. To Johnny Depp, that psycho isn't getting her appeal after all, because the appeal only lasts 30 days after the case is finished," unquote. According to experts, Heard or her insurance company will probably be required to post some form of bond before the appeals process even gets started to demonstrate that she has the funds she owes Depp or that she can raise them. Heard's capacity to post the bond is uncertain, given that she and her attorneys have claimed that the actor has been financially burdened by this case. Amber Heard earlier slammed the justice system for stifling her voice in the defamation lawsuit on social media. The actress declared that she will appeal the jury's decision since it was, quote, "social media influenced," unquote. We just had time for this today. Do you believe that actually took place? Will Amber Heard's idea of appeal be successful? Please express your opinions in the section below the video. And don't forget to click the subscribe button. Have a nice day, and thanks for sticking with me all the way to the end.